Everyone, what's up? It's me again, Junkmaster3, and yeah, back with another update video. And yeah, this is going to be sort of a mixed bag of films. I'm going to start with the films that are not horror, and I'm going to end the video with the films that are horror movies. So yeah, let's begin right away before I bore you to tears, because there's quite some few films to go through. Now let's see here. First up, we have an action film, or I've been told it's an action film. Maybe it's more of a drama. I'm not too sure. It says action on the back, so and this is supposed to be one of those classic films from the 80s, which I still haven't seen. So yeah, I'm really glad to have this in my collection finally. Runaway Train with Eric Roberts and Jon Voight. So yeah, and then some cheesy action film. So not this is not a. I think this is like a fantasy or like a post-apocalyptic type of film. A film mainly named She. Always wanted to see this because of the subject matter, like the post-apocalyptic movies in general. Those are most of the time really entertaining because some of them are so bad it's good, and some of them are just generally entertaining to watch. So yeah, She. That's from 1984, I believe. I'm not too sure. This is say on the back, but then I finally picked up this film, which I've been wanting to see for quite some time now. I know there's like 4 or 5 sequels to this, which I will try to see if I can find those as well in the near future. But yeah, the film is called Blood Fist. With oh damn, the lighting is really bad in here, and you can barely see what I'm holding up. So I'm just gonna see if this works better like this. Okay, not that much better, but yeah, Blood Fist with Don the Dragon Wilson and Billy Blanks. So yeah, some cheesy 80s horror, not horror film, cheesy 80s action film. Sorry, can't speak today. Then a film which I have seen before. I saw this with a friend the first time around because he had this on DVD, and we watched it, and he didn't like it that much, but I was a bigger fan of this, and this is a film by Ralph Bakshi, a film called Fire and Ice. Maybe not his best work, but I would still say my personal favorite of his is Wizards. But anyway, this is still entertaining for what it is. So yeah, fantasy type of film, animated. So not animated, but hand drawn basically. So yeah, Fire and Ice. Then we have a comedy, I believe. Maybe a drama comedy. I'm not really sure, but Legal Eagles from the mid '80s, I believe. Uh, of course, it doesn't say on the back. Well, '86 according to the back of this. So yeah. And then we have, this is a film called, let's see here, the Bedroom Window. Is that the name of the film? I'm not too sure, but if you've seen this cover, I think this cover is pretty well known. So if you know what movie it is, you know what movie it is. So yeah, The Bedroom Window. Not seen before, but seems to be some really entertaining thriller type of film. Now this one I picked up mainly because it looked so stupid and so bad. The thing is, I think this is pretty hard to come across, but then again, I got this for a really cheap price. I'm not too sure if this movie even has like an English title, but basically called Green Guys from Yr in English. I'm just gonna guess because that's basically the Swedish title, because this is a Swedish film. That was released in the mid '80s, I believe, '86. So yeah, I've heard some really terrible things about this, but this looks like a so bad it's good type of film. So yeah. Then that's all of those titles. The rest of the films are gonna be horror movies. So yeah, let's begin right away, or let's continue. So that's what I wanted to say. The first film is a film which I have seen before, which I didn't like at all. But I was like, oh, this was so cheap, and I decided to give it another chance. So and the film is called Live Feed. Only seen on one other film about directed by the same guy. Directed by Sam. I've only seen one other film of this director, and that was Gutter Balls, which I thought was very disgusting in a way. But then again, this is another film I really need to rewatch. So sometimes you need to give movies a second chance. So I was like, oh, Live Feed, was cheap, so why the heck not? Live Feed. Then a zombie comedy from New Zealand, I believe. Yeah, from 2008. Yeah, a film called Lost of the Living. yeah, some zombie comedies can be really entertaining, and some of them are really bad. But once again, I know for certain that another YouTuber, Mood616, have talked about this, and I think it's almost so damn funny. But it says here on the back, if we liked Shaun of the Dead, you would love Last of the Living. They always compare. That's like a thing. Like people talk about that they always compare every single zombie comedy with Shaun of the Dead, which is a little bit frustrating in a way. I can see that. So I just think it's just so hilarious and so stupid at this point. So yeah, but anyway, Lost of the Living. Never seen the film before, but can be fun. Then a film which I've heard about for like years, but for some reason I never picked it up. And yeah, now I finally found it for a decent price, and that film is called Teeth. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna let you know what that movie is about. Now the next film is a vampire film from the 70s, and I'm not too sure, but I think this is a British film. I can be so wrong, but I'm just gonna take a guess at that because Carolyn Monroe has a role in this. Apparently, I had no idea about that before I bought this DVD. But the film is called Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter. Yeah, some 70s, fun 70s vampire film, probably. Then I'm not really sure if this is like a horror film or like a... Yeah, I'm just gonna take a guess. This is a horror film, yeah. And the film is called The Candy Snatchers. This is another film which I've been wanting to get for quite some time. Some 70s exploitation type of film, I believe. So yeah, some of those are really entertaining and hilarious to watch. So yeah, The Candy Snatchers. Then we have a film which I think is quite hard to come across. I was like, as soon as I saw the front cover and what the movie was about and everything, I was like, well, I need to get a hold of this DVD. Because that's, yeah, sometimes when you see a film which you've never seen for sale before, you're like, that gets you the attention, really. So yeah, and that film that I'm talking about is Bay Cove. I believe this is also known as Bay Coven or something like that. But some satanistic demon type of film from the late 80s, I believe. I believe it's like 87 or something. I can be so wrong about that. But yeah, Bay Coven or Bay Cove. I think this is a made-for-TV film as well, so maybe that's the reason why it's also pretty hard to come across. So, because sometimes it feels like those made-for-TV films are the harder to come across for decent prices. So yeah. Now the next film is the only VHS for this update, and the thing is, this is a film which I've been wanting to get for such a damn long time. I was searching for the Region 1 DVD for it, but that release is like very well known for going for really stupid and ridiculous money. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna pay like that much for it. It's like $80 or something like that, which is just insane. So I was like, when I found this Swedish VHS release of this film, I was like, well, why the hell not? Because I'm probably never gonna get that other release anyway. So the film is called Rumpelstiltskin from the mid-90s, and this is directed by the same guy who did the first Leprechaun film, which I think is pretty damn entertaining actually. So yeah, I've heard some really funny things about this one as well. Mid-90s stupidness basically. So yeah, Rumpelstiltskin from 1995. I think it's 95. Yeah, 95. So that's all of the films that I had for you today in this update video. I'm probably gonna see if I can make a another video about my top 10 basically of the 80s. I think I'm at 1987 at the moment, which is probably going to be a really hard year for me to pick my top 10 favorite ones, because those lists seem to like change from time to time. So but yeah, I'll see if I can get to that as soon as possible. So but yeah, hope everyone enjoyed and didn't get bored, and hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.